How was I was popping this D bus react to this vid by Hello Yassine. It's titled Trippie Redd's Own Ego Betrayed Him. I already know what this is regarding. This is about Trippie Redd's current sales. Apparently, they have plummeted over the years. He used to be pulling like some real good numbers as far as his album sales and streams and stuff go, but now things have taken a nosedive. So I don't know what this has to do with his ego though. So we're gonna see. Let's watch.
What's popping, y'all? It has not been too hot for Trippie Redd, who not only after...
By the way, I tried to listen to this recent album and I was not fucking with it. I probably got like halfway through it and I was like, this is a no. I did not like not one song. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna head out. And I like, I don't say a lot of his music, but I like some of his music. Like really, really like some of his music. But yeah, this new project, it wasn't starting off good.
For selling 30-something K, 32K, something like that on Love Letter to You 5, which is his flagship series. If there's anything that's supposed to do the highest numbers album sales-wise, it would be a Love Letter to You 5. And the fact that it did 30-something K is abysmal in the eyes of the fans. I was not surprised at all. Everybody's sales are getting cooked, deep fried, burnt. They're actually getting burnt out. But if he had dropped another album with a different name that wasn't a Love Letter to You, you guys would have probably been clowning him like crazy. But it's been resurfacing because Trippie Redd was talking about people assembling the Avengers just to sell 30K, and he was laughing at their album sales when he was at his peak, and now it's not looking too hot for him because he's doing exactly what he was accusing other people of. Granted, we do have to keep in mind and be fair that Trippie Redd did not have some crazy features on this album. Actually, I'm saying this as I'm looking at the album right now. Yeah, he didn't have that many crazy features. Yeah, actually, I take that back completely. This guy did assemble the Avengers. This guy had Lil Wayne, Roddy Ricch, the Kid Laroi, and Bryson Tiller. So these are some big features. Now, of course, some people say, well, Roddy Ricch fell off. Roddy Ricch is a big name. The Kid Laroi is a big name. Bryson Tiller is still a big name. So, yeah, he did have some big features on this. And he sold a measly 32K in the eyes of the fans. I think this is just normal. But when you say stuff like that and you clown people for doing 30K, you better not ever fall down to that low. Then Trippie Redd tries to clean it up and save it by saying...
He's aged a lot.
He's trying to throw it by saying he was talking about 6ix9ine, which is cap. We know that's not true. Because what Avengers did 6ix9ine have? Some dude named Smiles? Come on, man. He just had random people, or Akon, which we're not denigrating Akon. We're not doing that today, tomorrow, yesterday, or any day in the future. Akon's a legend. Show some respect to that man. Both musically, in and out of the studio. I was about to say in and off the court. But we're not cutting that part out. So Trippie Redd, he tries to cap, and it doesn't look good. He was talking about everybody at that time. People were selling 30K left and right. He was feeling himself, and he decided to pop off, which, respect, but you got to get back to the drawing board. Trippie Redd, not only after that, he pretty much cancels his entire tour. He was supposed to go to a bunch of different cities, and he had Lucky that was opening for him on tour, which is, there's somewhat overlapping fan bases, but they've got different fan bases. Lucky's pretty big in his own right. I think he sold 20-something K. I don't know if he hit 30, but he's in the same realm as Trippie for this album. So they were supposed to go on tour, and yeah, someone, when I posted about it on Instagram, which you should follow me, at Hello Yassine on Instagram, somebody really said they talking about refunds like anybody actually bought tickets. And if I ate cereal, I would have spit it out right there. I haven't eaten cereal in like 6+ years. When was the last time y'all ate cereal? Y'all still mess with that? We're not going to go on a tangent in this video, don't worry. We're going to peel it right back to the point. I think that, well, I don't think, I know that currently, I can't really clown Trippie Redd for this. Sure, we can point at him and be like, oh, I told you so, you shouldn't have gotten too cocky. But hip-hop is just dead right now. So if hip-hop is dead, and you're one of those rappers that falls in the category or the bucket where hip-hop has to be hot, for you to be hot, then your sales are going to drop and your tour is not going to sell out. Now, some people are probably saying like, yo, what buckets do you mean? Is hip-hop really dead? I made another video where I talk about hip-hop pretty much being dead right now. But there are certain artists certain rappers, we'll say, since we're in the rap genre right now, that no matter what happens, their fans are still showing up, their fans are still listening to their music, and their fans are still buying their stuff. Travis Scott, obviously, J. Cole, Drake, all these other people, well, I'm saying all these other people, like I'm just dropping names. Even Russ, we got to give him credit, he's one of those acts too. But then you have artists that need to exist within the hotness of rap for them to sell out tours, as well as have their music do well. And some of these acts, including but not limited to Trippie Redd, Moneybagg Yo, Polo G will even throw in there, although we will see when his new album comes out. That's the judgment. Lil TJ, who else? Lil Baby, as big as he is. Did I say Moneybagg Yo already? Yeah, those are a couple of the bigger names. Meek Mill, he's kind of a legacy act, so I think he'd do solid no matter what. Just the information has to be out there that he's going to tour. Like, for example, I don't think Meek Mill's canceling no tour dates. So it's a mixture of these guys not only overestimating who would actually show up to their show, but the fact that they don't have as many fans as they think they do. Like, a lot of platinum plaques don't necessarily mean you have a lot of fans. It just means that song circulated enough. Some people have less platinum plaques, but are still outshining you when it comes to selling hard tickets, which is the most important metric. Nothing compares or even comes close to it.
Right.
And we're seeing that time and time again. I know Russ is feeling himself. I might have to do a different video just on Russ in particular with how he's been going at people. Some people have found it entertaining, others, how they looked at it. But I wonder how this chalks up to Trippie Redd's $30 million deal, or the people were signing really big deals a year or two ago, and now a lot of their music isn't selling as well. Are they anticipating that things go back up in the near future, or did they just kind of like take the L on it? Because I mean, a lot of music is just losing money in the hopes that one hits. I personally think when rap peaks, like catches a new peak or a new wave, I don't think the current artists that are falling off right now will benefit from it. I think it's going to be a whole new wave, a whole new kind of class, you could say, that starts popping up, and they might not even necessarily be rappers. It could be like a derivative of rap, which some people will say like, oh, emo rap was kind of a derivative of rap. Something like that, or maybe something in a total different genre entirely, but is adjacent to rap. A lot of people are talking like Afro beats and stuff like that. I don't necessarily believe that to be the option, or the alternative, I should say. I do think it's popular, it's going to grow in popularity,
emo
it's
rap,
feel-good music, which is what people want to hear now. But it's not going to replace the void that rap does in all the rap listeners' eyes or hearts or ears. So like people like Trippie Redd, I think they kind of have to reevaluate. People kind of got to look. And also, what was the rollout for Trippie Redd other than him saying he broke up with his girl, or he's apologizing to his girl for cheating, who ended up being on his album anyway? And you kind of look at, man, I'm kind of like turning this into a Russ video, but I want to save all that information for that separate video. A lot of these rollouts aren't even rollouts. Like, these artists kind of get cocky and comfortable where they feel like, hey, I can just drop an album and yeah, people will just listen to it. Maybe we just do some slight marketing here and there, versus making an album drop an event that people can't miss out on. And yo, if you didn't see what just happened here, then you're really missing out. Trippie Redd, he's definitely never going to struggle monetarily again. Like, that guy's made such a massive amount of money. He's very young still. I think he's like, 23? So he doesn't have to worry. But from a music perspective, 23? Or from people caring, he's one of those people. And I think Gunna probably falls under that bucket too, of people that they have to be popping with rap. Like, they can't kind of exist on their own. Now, things have changed post-jail, and Gunna has a hit, so that always changes things around when you've got a smash song. I'm just really interested to see how things develop. I don't think Trippie Redd should get clowned as bad as he's getting clowned. Like, the whole genre is kind of done. The people that we see that are not exceeding expectations, that are matching the expectations of years ago and that are doing really well, are the outliers in rap. So if someone's album sales are looking dookie this year, or at least the past 3 months to the rest of the year, it's really not their fault. We're either seeing their real numbers now, or it's just letting us know, like, yo, these guys are not as hot as you ever thought they were. I don't think anything's changed in that department. I think people are getting tired of it, and there's too much frequency in what's going on. Because people are saying, yo, it's a dead year, not many people have dropped. So if not many people have dropped, why are the people that have dropped flopping, supposedly? Clearly, people don't care, because if there's less people dropping, you should be doing more sales-wise, because that's more attention for you in that particular week. But that's not the case. So it means the sales had to be fake. And all the other tactics are back. So if you're a major label artist or signed to a label with major label distribution, which Trippie Redd is, then you have all the tactics available to you. And if you use those tactics and they didn't work, that means people just don't care enough about what you have to put out there. So that's pretty much what I've got to say on the topic. I think Trippie Redd has just been scapegoated for this in particular. When we're going to see a lot of other people dropping their numbers are going to look ghastly. Cut some slack for Trippie Redd. Hopefully,
I was like, is he ball? Like, what's going on?
That's one thing where I got to circle back to Kodak. And man, why I love Kodak Black's music so much and why I have respect for how he moves within the industry, not, like all the nonsense he does, is he came back, he sold $13K after getting out of jail, which is terrible. Got no support, no nothing. He said, you know what? This is an embarrassment. I do not belong here. I belong here with the top people, and I'm going to show y'all that. Got back to work and dropped a hit, and then his album did well after that. And ever since then, he's been doing great. But I do think Kodak Black is one of those people that falls under, if hip-hop's not hot, then, I don't know if people are going to a Kodak Black tour. But let me know.
Damn, Trippie. I'm out here trying to dodge the fucking sun. Yeah, that sucks. And if he was making fun of other people in the past, that's what the fuck you get. I can't stand when people do that. They want to make fun of others just because they're getting, more sales than others or more attention, or they got a hit song at the moment. So they like, how y'all niggas is doing bad. It's like that could very easily be you. The entertainment industry is very finicky. You hot one day and then you fell off the next day. So I don't know why he was talking shit in the past, but yeah, his album was not doing it for me at all. I might go back and finish it, but I'm not I'm not motivated to do so at all, because it was just so it was so uninteresting and just bland, and there was just nothing that stood out about it. It was just a whole bunch of his typical and I'm like, all right, how much of this do I want to keep hearing? None of this sounds any different than your previous work. It actually sounds like a generic, worse version of your previous work, if I'm being honest. But yeah, that's just what I got from the first half. But yeah, it does suck if he's starting to fall off. But I definitely agree with him saying that when rap starts to pick up, there are certain artists that are going to benefit from that, and they're going to start to do better as well. So maybe rap will start to improve, and he'll pull better numbers. Who knows? We'll see what happens. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Let me know what other videos you're going to watch, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye!